MovieRecorder 4 adds some great new features when it comes to Apple scripting. Now, Apple scripting has been in MovieRecorder 4 since its launch in 2017, but we just made some new features and new changes that really improves it for your workflow. So let's get right into it. I'm going to change this into display notification recording started. Sample, click record, and immediately we have our notification, the source name and the recording name, sample. Okay, so you saw that it had the recording name and the source name. So let's look how we did that in the Apple script. Here we have on action parameter. At the end is end action. So in on the air video and movie recorder, we use that same method, on action parameter and end action. Your script must have this if it's going to work. Here we say tell application movie recorder, tell first source whose name is parameter. Then set movie recorder recording name, that's our variable, to recording name. Now what does that mean? Is that to tell the first source whose name is parameter, we look back at movie recorder. Since we're passing the source name, we say, give us the information about this. It sounds complicated, but you can just copy exactly what I have here and you'll see it works. And here, set movie recorder recording name is the variable because we're going to use this again. So we get the name of the recording and the source. We end the tell to movie recorder, and now I'm doing a display notification. By default, it's saying recording name. Here's our variable that we got from here with title, movie recorder recording started, subtitle, source name, and parameter. So again, there's your source name, and here's the recording name that we picked off because we know the source name. So that's how we're able to take that information and use it. So in your display dialog or maybe a display notification that you can say, show me what's going on. But even better than just this is you can use this information to pass it to say something like a Slack message, email group, Microsoft Teams. Now, a lot of services offer things like webhooks and REST API integrations, and we're going to use Slack messages to be able to pass our information through and post into a channel. Now, I can't go through everything about Slack, but their website covers all those details. I'm going to cover the Softron side of how to set that up. So let's take a look at how we do that Slack notice. I'm going to set it up on when the recording is finished. I have on action parameter, set webhook URL to, now this web address is going to be specific to your Slack organization and your Slack channel. You have to go into your Slack's properties to figure out what that address will be. Here I have a note, get recording name as source, whose name is equivalent to the parameter that just passed. So the same thing as before. Tell application movie recorder, set movie recorder record name to recording name of source parameter. Now let's send to Slack. So we set our JSON string to text. This is our recording name that we established here. Say it has finished recording from source. Grab the parameter. Again, that was our source name from the original trigger. And file location is at. Now, why this is hard-coded, why I've just written this as string, the reason I passed the file destination as string is because it's part of the destination, and destination is how you trigger the Apple script. Set curl command. Now here, I got to be honest, I don't know everything about curl commands. I just copied and pasted this straight from Slack's site. So maybe you should do the same. Do shell script curl command. Now that will post it into our Slack channel. Okay, I'm back in our destinations. Clicking here. After recording, Slack notice recording finished. We have our dialog that we set up initially. Let's stop the clip. So you can see how that can make a powerful workflow when you have a lot of remote team members or people in a large building working in a production warehouse. You don't have to go let people know the file is completed and where it is. It will automatically do that to your team. This is super helpful. But there's still more that can be done with Apple scripting. Because if you're using the schedule feature, there might be specific things you need for that schedule. And so now Apple scripting can be triggered in that schedule. So let's take a look at how that's done. With the schedule pane open, we're going to go to our scheduled recording and hit the gear. And before recording and after. So let's do this one. Before recording, Blackmagic Designs router control. Yes, now in MovieRecorder 4, we can control a Blackmagic router or a ROS router natively through Apple scripts. So you don't need another piece to be able to do that. And that is so helpful when you're talking about schedules, because you can automatically change the router to be the right source, the right destination into your record. That takes a lot of work out of it. You don't have to be sure. You don't have to run back and make sure that someone routed it and didn't change it. You can trust that it's going to be the right thing into your MovieRecorder. Okay, we're going to start with how we always do: on action parameter, tell application MovieRecorder. Now, here's where we're going to actually tell the Blackmagic Video Hub device what to do. There are a number of different ways to address the Video Hub device. You can do IP address, you could do the name of the device, or you could do the unique ID that comes with said device. Now let's talk about what we're actually selecting. Here we're going to say set selected input of output 3. So output 3 is going to be your destination. So think of output 3 as your destination, and you can use names if you have those assigned in your Blackmagic router. So output 3, set selected input to 2 here at the end. So that's how you can say input 2 goes to output 3. This is how the Apple scripting language works. Now, of course, you can take the sample I've done here and the larger example where it has all the different variables and use that to make your script. But this is a very simple version of it. End tell, end action. Compile, save. If the Apple scripting intimidates you, do not worry. If you are a Softron customer, then you have our bundled support. Please feel free to reach out and ask us how to do something specifically with the Apple script, and we can help you. Okay, so looking in the schedule, we're going to hit our gear. Now we have our time, our sources, and our destination, and our Apple script. So before recording, I've select Blackmagic router control and our destinations. Now, it's important to know that because our destinations has a set of Apple scripts and now our schedule has a set of Apple scripts, these two will both work together. So you can have a destination that says, let's trigger something like the Slack message Apple script we made, and you can have a schedule Apple script that's going to do routing for you if you need it. So this is a great way to separate those tasks if you need to. Okay, our scheduled recording is started, and it's triggered the notifications. Now, instead of waiting the full minute, I'm going to right click, unlock, and stop. And there's our Slack notice. So there are a lot more changes inside the REST API function of MovieRecorder 4. Things like being able to change the schedule name, adjust the schedule start and stop time are all here. With MovieRecorder running, you could go to this address /api.html. Let me zoom out for you. And here you can see all the information about the MovieRecorder REST API. So this is a great new feature in MovieRecorder 4. We love the ability to do this Apple scripting and help your workflow. And that doesn't even include the Scuddy log analyzer, timecode breaks, and Avid's DNX HR included in 4.4. And if you're already a MovieRecorder 4 user, you're going to get all these additions at no cost. It's included in your license already. So thank you for joining us for this Softron virtual exhibition. Please keep watching these other great videos on tips and tricks on our products. Thank you so much.